Hello BookTube. Today on my 2023 library tour, I'll be talking about mostly Agatha Christie and a few other books. So this shelf is, so this is part of the wall shelf. I have two big ones. And this shelf I have split between uh, mostly Agatha Christie and mostly assorted assorted nonfiction that aren't history, which is over here. So anyway, let's get going because again, I have to get breakfast going here in a bit. But I kind of like this filming time, and I'm experimenting with like standing up and doing things other than just grabbing the books and doing them how I've normally done these tours. But anyway, so let's get going. So first up, and most of these books are going to be big omnibus editions like this. So this is 5 complete novels of murder and detection by Agatha Christie. Again, this is pretty much most of this half of the bookcase or shelf. So this includes 10 Little Indians, which is also And Then There Were None, which is one of her greatest books. Pearl at End House was an Hercule Poirot mystery, which is not terribly good. I've never read The Murder at Hazelmoor or Easy to Kill, and Evil Under the Sun, which is another Hercule Poirot novel, is quite good. Next is Agatha Christie's Detectives, 5 complete novels. This one has Murder at the Vicarage, the first Miss Marple novel, which is really good. Dead Man's Folly, which is an Hercule Poirot mystery. I didn't quite get on with it when I read it. Sad Cypress, Towards Zero, and NRM I've never read. I think a few years ago I had an intention to like read the entire omnibus and I didn't. I stopped at Dead Man's Folly. Next is 5 classic murder mysteries, again by Agatha Christie. First up is The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, which is another one of Agatha Christie's greatest mysteries. And then there's The Sacred Adversary, The Boomerang Clue, neither of which I've read. The Moving Finger, which is a Miss Marple novel, which isn't one of her best, largely because Miss Marple is a glorified cameo and probably shouldn't have been in it in the first place. And Death Comes at the End, which is an historical detective novel set in ancient Egypt, which is not one of Agatha Christie's best. Or at least I don't remember it being one of her best, but I haven't read it since I was like 13 or 14. Murderers Abroad, also by Agatha Christie, and of course 5 complete novels. They Came from Baghdad, Murder in Mesopotamia, The Mystery of the Blue Train, none of which I've read. I've read Passenger to Frankfurt. It's one of her last novels. It's terrible. It's basically her trying to be a spy writer. Yes, no. And then So Many Stairs to Death, which I've never read. Or at least I don't think I've read. Sometimes her titles change and then rechange, and I never quite know for sure which some of them are. This is the one and only completely Hercule Poirot collection I have. This is 5 complete Hercule Poirot novels. First up is The Murder on the Orient Express, which is, again, one of her greatest works. I've never read 13 at Dinner, The ABC Murders, or Cards on the Table, and Death on the Nile is one of my personal favorites. Now we get to my trio of Miss Marple omnibus editions. This is 5 complete Miss Marple novels, and I've read all of them. The Mare Cracked, A Caribbean Mystery, Nemesis, What Mrs. McGillicuddy Saw, and The Body in the Library. I really like The Mare Cracked from Side to Side. I'm not fond of A Caribbean Mystery or What Mrs. McGillicuddy Saw, which is also 450 from Paddington. I really like Nemesis, and The Body in the Library is one of her great works. Next is a very beat up copy of Starring Miss Marple, which has 3, whereas most of these have 5. First is The Murderers Announced, which is really good. Again, I've read all of these before. A few years ago, I made a concerted effort to read all of the Miss Marple novels. Again, I have a double of The Body in the Library, which is quite good, one of her greats, and Murder with Mirrors, which I've read a few times, and my second reading of it, I didn't care for it all that much. And to wrap up the Agatha Christie omnibuses, this is Miss Marple Meets Murder. This includes The Mirror Cracked from Side to Side, which is again a double. A Pocket Full of Rye, which is my personal favorite Miss Marple novel. At Bertram's Hotel, I'm not all that fond of. And then The Moving Finger as a double, which again is not one of the best ones. It's largely a glorified cameo. Moving on from Miss Marple, Agatha Christie omnibuses, I have two more. First up is the Carla, or in this case, it's Smiley versus Carla by John le Carré. This is an omnibus that has the Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, The Honorable Schoolboy, and Smiley's People. I picked this up largely because I've wanted to read Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy forever, and I did have a go at it once and bailed on it, but it's one of those bails that really stuck to me. So one of these days I really need to correct that. I just don't know when. And I also have a James Bond omnibus. This includes 5 novels, Diamonds Are Forever, which is not one of my favorites. From Russia with Love. I remember it more fondly the first time I read it than when I had it go at it for Garb August. Goldfinger, Casino Royale, and Live and Let Die. Yeah. Next is The Iron King by Maurice Drouin. This is a French historical novel that inspired George R. Martin when he created Song of Ice and Fire. I have not gotten around to it yet, and I've had it for years. And then I returned to Agatha Christie. This is a double of And Then There Were None. This is I think the first Agatha Christie novel I picked up when I kind of restarted my Agatha Christie collection. Paltry as it is. Next is Sleeping Murder, which is the only Miss Marple novel I don't have in omnibus form. I don't know why it was never omnibused, or that I don't have one. Anyway, it was Christie's last published work, although it had been written decades before. And then Hickory Dickory Dock, also by Agatha Christie. This is one of my favorite Poirot novels. It's Poirot investigates a hostel of students, and it's pretty interesting. Although maybe not necessarily one of her best, because by the 50s she had grown sick of Poirot, and it kind of showed. This is a double of Peril at In-House, which I really did not like. I'd originally ordered the 5 complete novels of Murder and Detection, the first one I showed you, but when I ordered it, I ended up getting this copy, which kind of annoyed me, so I got a refund, and then later went and ordered the one that I wanted from a different seller. Although I didn't actually quit buying with these people, I think. Was this Better World Books? I don't remember. It's been so long. Okay. Wrapping up. I've got a few more to go. This is Watership Down by Richard Adams. This is a novel about animals, a warren of rabbits who must change their homes. Ooh, I gotta hurry it up. This is The Night Manager by John le Carré. This is a novel, one of his spy thrillers. I had actually bailed on it, but again, it's one of those that stuck with me, so really hope to get to it. And if not, I really just need to send it on its way. And finally, I have 2 more James Bond novels by Ian Fleming. This is Dr. No. And this is Thunderball. I don't really like these editions. I don't know. I'm kind of tempted. I'm thinking seriously about oh, this is not going how I'd hoped. So Dr. No can go out. Okay, you can go in. And I guess I really, okay, well, that'll work because I'm going to go clean this stuff off later on, I think, while I upload this. But anyway, I'm not entirely sure about this collection of books because I need to get to some of them, but my interest in actually doing so is pretty minimal. Even with Agatha Christie, I've wanted to, I mean, there's a part of me that would like to kind of collect all of her works in a bit nicer format, but then again, I'm also not really all that interested, so I don't know. We'll see. These books may actually all show up in a later on haul video, and when I ever get around to that. But anyway, BookTube, that's all I got for right now because I really need to hurry up and get breakfast going. So I will be back later on with probably while this is uploading, I'll do a tag video and then later on do another tag video because the tags are back. So anyway, BookTube, I will be back later. So until then, thank you. Have a great morning, afternoon, and evening, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you and stay safe.